Amazing, amazing. So, just for the ladies who will watch this in the recordings, we started talking a bit. It's my fault, I forgot to put the recording. So the question is, have you ever in your life thought or felt like being strong? Whatever that would mean for you. Have you ever said like, God, I want to be strong, or coach, I want to be strong, or whatever, I want to be strong. So now we are explaining like what does it mean whenever we pray to God and say, God, I want patience. God, please give me love. Please give me strength. We never receive the next day a parcel with 2 kgs of strength or patience or this. But what do we receive when we pray from our heart? How God answers our prayers. My dear, how God answers our prayers in such a case. When I'm praying and I say, God, please give me patience, give me strength. How God will answer, in your opinion, how God will answer my prayers?
Can you hear me, Rada?
Yes, yes, Nura, yes.
Yes. In my case, I would think, every time I'll get more problems.
Bravo. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not only you, everyone.
Yes.
Bravo, Nura. Absolutely. Because God will never, as we already mentioned, God will never clean the karma for us. Never, never. He will make like something for us. But since I prayed for this, God will send me a situation where I have the strength of being patient. Like I will have to project. I will have to manifest that strength. But why I pray? So that the God will keep on holding my hand in that situation, and somewhere deep in my heart, making me feel that I can make it, that I really um, uh, can manifest, can show, can behave patiently in that situation. So when getting back to our strong position, whenever I am asking for the strength, what will happen? God will send me situation where you wanted to be strong, please, no, show how strong you can be. He will send me an earthquake in whatever area of my life, and I will have to remain unbreakable. So why do we need this? And why do we have to ask for ourselves to attract that kind of no, lessons or trophies? Like, I don't need such a trophy. Absolutely, I don't need. I don't want to be strong. I want to be weak and irresponsible. When a woman is weak and irresponsible in the nice way, in the feminine way, weak and irresponsible, when she is in a relation with a strong man, when she is under the protection and care of a strong man, so strength is for men. Because, my dears, the main lesson, maybe the most important for today, I don't know, I hope there will be more pearls from my heart. But if not, then at least this can save you a lot of effort and time in life and tears. Men grow, develop through difficulties. When a woman has difficulties, that kind of masculine difficulties, we degrade. We don't grow in difficulties. We don't need difficulties. When we have to face that kind of like exterior difficulties, like nowadays world, the emancipated woman has to face, in those kind of difficulties, our feminine muscles are becoming smaller. So we become weaker in a negative way, like a woman. So this is why whenever you later on can say that I want to be a strong woman, understand that it will come. You will be given the chance. but do you really want this? Why you cannot say that I want to be a relaxed woman? I want to be many types of women, which are much more natural to us and much more pleasant to us than you see being a strong woman. Because in the end, what is the goal of our life, everyone? The answer is one: we want to be happy. And there is, as I said, uh, one general scenario, as if we could generalize only for the woman in this world, and sub scenarios for everyone else is according to our own karma and destiny. I'm sorry. Okay, I muted myself. So, my dears, any kind of questions now on the group if you want, live, those who are present. We will start with those. Other that, I will. Otherwise, I will go with my. I mean, your list, but which I have. Does anyone to start asking something now?
شلاي رادا برجع ببعت لك الكويستشن اللي بعثت لك اياه او بدك قوله لايف يعني؟
لحظة، هيدا مين حكي؟
حنان.
لا حنان عندي. I have your questions. I have those who send me in private. Those questions I have. I was thinking that maybe other these girls have.
Okay.
So my dears, the question Zainab asked: how can we heal from a mother-father relationship, especially, I mean, how can we heal a relationship with mother-father, especially when you don't have the perfect parent model? My dears, I think in the most cases, the role model of our mother-father for us, we consider it not as a model. Why? Why? Because we have to learn. We come in this life to learn. When you go to give an exam, why you give an exam? Because there was a studying process previously. You chose, or for some reason you had to go through a learning process, and you have to give an exam. An exam is something that will prove you, or which will prove you that you are on a new stage, on a new level, that you are kind of better in a certain area. Even though among us on the group, probably there were bad students, there were good students, any kind of students, but any kind of students, even the good ones. For example, I was the good student. I didn't like studying what I studied, but I had to, so it was my responsibility. So whatever I needed to do, I was doing it well. Even though I was studying, every time I would go to an exam, I would have my tears. Why? Because it's something new. So we are born in a certain family with certain parents because we have to learn something new, and we are always afraid of this something new. We always avoid new. This is why many people, but now we are talking about women. This is why women, even though they realize that they are in deep problems, pain, sufferings, still they don't want to make a step towards changes. Why? Because they don't know what is on the other side. They are afraid. So the life gives different excuses not to go into changes. For example, how many times you really wanted to do something, you get sick and you say, oh, now I cannot because this. Or you want again to do something, and your child or your mother or your father or your brother, somebody, I don't know, make accident. And you say, oh, I wanted, but I cannot. Then what? The crisis come in the whole country, and again you really wanted to start this project, but again you cannot, like you really wanted, but life is kind of not supporting. All these are things created by our mind, because the person who wants to start will start. This is why, my dears, our parents, in most time, in most situation, the relationships will not be sweet. And in regard to this, please, on the group, please write plus minus who's now okay. Don't judge by now, because now all we are enlightened and all we understand that, thanks God, I have thank God that I was given those parents. But as a child, as a teenager, before your enlightenment, who out of this group considered that they had amazing parents, or who suffered in those time of the lack of the needed love? So plus minus, who was happy with the parents and who was not. Please write in the chat plus minus. Noora minus, Hanan minus, Rada minus, Dana minus, okay, Karen, Aya, Bushra, Corina, Darin plus, bravo Darin, Darin plus, and so on. So basically all my, let's say, growth, yes, well, my growth started also with my difficult not relationship with my mom, with the difficult my attitude towards how my mom manifested her love. Like, I felt it was not enough. I felt I was not loved. So it's very hard. And in this regard, I like giving an example. Um, so that we understand how important is accepting our parents. I said our duty towards our parents is one. The duty of the parents toward the children are 3 or 5, but the duty of the child towards the parents is only one, without reproaching. Without reproaching, it means total acceptance and love, or respect, at least, if love, like, we cannot love. So I give this example to understand the importance of these hard lessons. There was a soul who was planning to again be incarnated on earth. So before that, the soul was deciding what will be my lessons for this incarnation. What is my plan, action plan? So the soul said, the soul approached the other 2 souls, and he said, he, she, whatever. He said, please, can you be my mom in the next life, and you be my dad? From you, can you please teach me unconditional love? And can you teach me forgiveness? The soul said, okay, deal. Shook the hands, signed the contract, and all of them, different time, were born on earth. So the soul who asked the other 2, the girl said that she was born in that family of those parents, but the father left the mother while she was pregnant. So obviously, all her childhood, the girl, the daughter, would listen. That is the soul who made the order. Was listening what? Blaming, because of you, my husband, your dad left me. Men are so and so, and she's been growing with that feeling of guilt, with that feeling that she's miserable, and so on. She grew, like many of us. She started doing something, therapy, self-therapy, whatever. At the age of 19, 20, she was already in a kind of okay relationship with a young man, planning even to get married. And one day, a knock on the door, she opens, a man is standing, and he says, hi, my dear, I'm your dad. Like, I'm sorry, I want to be back in your life. And now she explodes. And now
Hey.
she exploded. Somebody's microphone is on. And now she exploded. She said, "What? What? Who are you? My father? Where were you when I was 5 years old and I was very talented in drawing, and my mom didn't even have the money for the pencil and so on. Where were you when in the sixth grade at school I was almost expelled from the school because I missed almost all of the sport classes because my my sport suit was torn. And at that age, when the kids bully the most, you cannot you cannot go in such pants to the sport pants to your classes. So I was almost expelled. Where were you when 1, 2, 3? And she gave him the entire list of the complaints. So the idea is that obviously that girl would say that, oh my God, the my parents were not good. How can I heal? Heal is through accepting, my dear, because this is our order. You are the one, you are the one who said, please, can you be my mom and teach me unconditional love? I wanted you, the father. Please, can you be my father and teach me forgiveness? How will they teach me forgiveness? We are not born compassionate. In order to become compassionate, it means you have to go through pain and you have to later on feel and admit the pain of other people. How can you be born already loving unconditional? My dears, the goal of a human, the highest standards of the human are those who are able to love unconditionally, because we are not loving anyone unconditionally. Only God loves us unconditionally. We are loving everyone, maslaha, condition. Our parents we love as long as they are sweet and nice with us, but after that we just say, "Halas, enough, I am leaving." Our brothers, sisters, the same. Our husbands we love conditions more, very very much condition. Our children we love condition. Everyone we love conditions. So that is the highest grade of of a life in a human body, when we finally learn to love unconditionally. This is my why, my dears, to how can we heal? We can only heal through understanding and through accepting the lessons, because parents trigger you to grow. What was your problem with your parent? What was you feeling? For example, I was feeling non-confident, and I was feeling not loved, not beautiful. So that was my childhood trauma, because even having a beautiful hair, my grandma would, for her comfort, I mean, because it's easier to, it's easier to have, instead of long hair, short hair like a boy. Uh, uh, like a boy, like I felt, other girls had long, beautiful hair with ribbons and everything, and I was all my childhood, with my haircut like a boy. And no, that was for me a trauma. When in difficult situation, I felt that my mom is not loving me enough or not believing in me. That was again trauma. So it took me years to finally understand that I'm beautiful. Now at the age of 40, uh, I believed, I started, not a bit, like I saw myself beautiful maybe 5 or 6 years ago only. Only. What's the use of being beautiful if, and everybody telling you beautiful, when you yourself don't believe that you are beautiful? This is why I understood that this is a problem for me, and I understood that I again got. Let me show you a bit, like, why you look at me. Mumbai is not different from Lebanon. Everything is extremely traffic. So because that was my trauma, because I really wanted to be beautiful, I really wanted to be everything. I started working on myself. I say, why not? I will somehow I will win. I started reading. I started everything. So at a certain point, I reached, and nowadays I'm happy. Why happy? Because I know what I want, and I know how to get everything that I want. Uh, I'm surrounded by exclusive, irreplaceable people. My life is rich. My life is wealthy. I'm loved. I'm loving. I'm also loving. I'm giving and I'm taking with love and sense of dignity and gratitude. So basically, very simple qualities of a human, which you don't have to be special. You just have to be a beautiful human. So this is why every parent triggers in us the pain that will lead to our growth, my dear, will lead to our growth. I could reach it a couple of years ago, says I unconditional love, and it was such a relief to the heart, and it felt so growing. I unconditional love for your for your parents or for someone else. Unconditional love, but then some vows hit me again for everybody. My dears, you know what we already spoke. If we love never stops. So if we say that off it stopped, it means it wasn't love. So loving unconditionally, my dears, this is a great word. This is a great achievement. Okay, even those close children, brothers, whatever, doesn't matter. Once you learn, my dears, it's much more difficult to love unconditional your dear ones because they owe you. You feel that they owe you. They're your children. How can you become a dancer when we are lawyers in 14th generation? Are you crazy? What people will talk about us? And your brilliant child that in the school was your pride and everything. At the age of 18, he says, no, I don't want to enter this university. I want to enter, I don't know, to go dancing or painting or I don't know what. So here is the biggest trauma when you know how, and our love becomes very conditioned. This is why, my dears, with our close ones, it's even more difficult to love unconditional. And the biggest proof is then somebody hit again and it hurt. How, for example, again, very trendy today is the following topic. I forgave. I forgave. I forgave my mother, brother, neighbor, whoever. I forgave, but I don't want to talk to him anymore. So, I don't call, he doesn't call. Like I forgive. No. What is the criteria that we forgave? After forgiving, our relationships improve. I still want to see that person. I don't mind. I want. But usually, when we say like, I forgave, no, usually we don't want to see that person anymore. So the very same ayah here, it was not unconditional love, believe me. And if, my dears, the lessons once they are passed, they will never repeat again, never ever. No, they will never repeat again because when they the same, if you gave the geography exam well, if you pass, will they call you again for that? Absolutely not. Uh, so, my dears, do you still hear me or this?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, my dear. So the once the lesson is repeating, it means we didn't pass it. It means you know, it came in another situation. And my dears, in our life, we don't have 25 kinds of troubles. No, we have around we have around five to seven topics that will be coming back in different how to call with different phases. But we only will have a certain type of problems coming to us, and for us women, my dears, 1 minute, and I will be.
Hello, we can't hear you anymore.
Yes, my dears, because I asked for 1 minute. Now I will be on computer, and it will be much more. It will be better for everyone. So with this question, it's clear, right?
I have a question, Rada.
Yeah.
How can we love unconditionally our spouse if he's narcissist, he's unfaithful, he has many women? And how can we avoid karmic issues? So we have to be compassionate, loving, forgiving in such a difficult situation.
To avoid to serially avoid karmic things, we cannot. Fortunately, we cannot. It's just, for example, you have this exam, okay, geography, you have this exam. Can you avoid? No, can you avoid? Yes, you can bribe and pass the class. But what means bribing in this life? You just avoid, you didn't show up. So it will show up in the... My dears, do you hear?
I can, yeah, but there's so much noise.
حدا فتح المايك أو شيء.
It's noise for everyone, my dears.
No, for me it's fine, and I can hear
Okay,
you.
then just make sure that you keep your microphones closed, whoever doesn't speak. So first, we cannot avoid. Why would avoid? We have to learn the lesson. If we bribe in this life, it will just come back in the next life. So it will just come multiplied. How can we love unconditional? Loving unconditional إنه كلمة كبيرة. Maybe we will not reach to love unconditional, but at least the first step towards repairing any kind of situation, towards the healing, towards the any kind of crisis in situation in relationships, the first step is take one step back or take 10 steps back of the distance with this person, so that your relationship become not close, not loving, not spiritual, but they become neutral. What means neutral? You don't get angry. That person doesn't irritate you. What means take the distance? If this is somebody outside the house, a mother-in-law, mother, brother, grown-up brother, or whatever, like you don't live in the same house, stop visiting each other. Whenever they want to come, say today I'm busy, after call less, like take the distance, because every time you meet this person you get hurt. بغض النظر who is guilty, you or them, but it really shakens you. So you have to take a distance, and in this time you have to start working on yourself. What did we speak about this difficult situation about narcissist? It's so difficult, but don't hurry to run away from the marriage. Stay there till you heal yourself. When he keeps on telling you, "Oof, no, ma apshak, no, you are ugly," or like when he keeps on telling you these things, and it really bothers you, and you say, maybe I should change the color of my hair, maybe I should I don't know, correct something on my face, maybe I should go to the gym and train the AB, not ABC, anyway, train the six pack on my, and you start panickingly improving things in yourself. When you understand it's not this, you are beautiful. Obviously, if you are, I don't know, 15 kgs plus, and you understand that these 15 kgs are plus, or I don't know, your hair is always dirty and in a mess, and so on and so on, that time you have to correct. But then if you understand that he's talking, these are the weakness talking, and him and with you basically everything is normal, then you just have to understand that you are beautiful. If somebody would have told me that you are ugly 10 years ago, I would have believed. I would read it, that would spoil my mood, that would I would believe. Now if somebody will tell me you are ugly, and no, maybe in her eyes I am, but it will not shatter me, because I see myself beautiful. I like everything in me, from up to down. Everything in me, I love, I admire, because I reached, I worked, I created it with my sweat and blood. I created it. I today, it will not shaken me. If somebody will say like, "Oh, Rada, you are, I don't know, you are a housewife, like, and you could have been something," and no, I don't care. Like, it's my choice. It's my choice, my life, the way I built it. It's my choice. If you think that no, I would be better, I don't know, being somewhere or doing something else, no, that's your choice. You do it. I'm fine. And so on and so on. So, my dears, it's not about us. It's not about them. It's about us. It doesn't matter what kind of husband he is. It matters what kind of wife you are. It doesn't matter what kind of child you have. It matters what kind of mother you are. The kind of child doesn't define you as a mother. You must be a mother apart from what kind of child you will have. For example, many women, they say, Rada, I don't want this course because I don't have a relationship. You have a relationship. You don't have a man. But a relationship you have, because once you will meet this man, and it can happen any moment, you will start acting in a certain way. So today, the man you have the chances, because, my dears, we have the man, the husband that we deserve, who will trigger most of the time through painful things, who will trigger in us our weaknesses. So, my dear, you who have a narcissistic man, very jealous man, very whatever, very man like you wouldn't like, choose this opportunity to become you yourself, uh, um, a confident woman. A woman with dignity. Dignity is who knows her value. Today morning, I was talking to my friend. She's also part of the group. And she was telling me, like, Rada, what is like my question? My question to you and maybe to the group is, what is the biggest problem today of the women? Like, you did this survey, which turned actually into a very beautiful something. You have the experience with working with women. Like, what is the biggest problem in women? If you could generalize, I say, of course, I can generalize. It's the problem. The root is one: women do not have personalities. The woman doesn't know who she is. She doesn't have a brand. She's not a personality. She's not an individuality. She doesn't know who she is. And when she doesn't know who she is, then she will not know how to behave. If I don't know what are my qualities, what are my
ماما عم
functions,
بشرب مي.
then I don't know how will I act. Because if I am a rose, I know that sometimes I can have thorns. Then there will come a time when I will be nicely blossoming. I know that there will be a time when the fragrance will just spread like very far away, and there will be someone or someone admiring me. I'm a rose. When I know that I am an apple tree, I know that it will take me time to this, that when it's cold, my leaves will fall. When it's spring, my flowers will bloom. Then when it's hot, my apples will ripen. I know how to act. This is why women enter relationships, start dating, start sleeping at the certain second date. Why? Why girls sleep at the second, not even girls, women, mature women at the second date? How is it possible? A normal, healthy woman will never want this, because we cannot sleep with strangers. And for us, person at the second date is a complete stranger. This is against our natural feminine this. But girls consider this like, wow, it's nice. Why it's nice? It's not nice because she's afraid to say no to this man. Because she thinks, oh, maybe this man, maybe this is the man number 51 who will really, I'll hook him by my promotion. Like, please take me. This is a promotion, and maybe he will like my tester, and maybe he will become my boyfriend and later on my husband. We want to attach. We want a beautiful relationship. We want what we want. We really want a beautiful relationship. We want a relationship with a man who is stronger than us, wealthier than us, preferably. We want someone who will just strongly hold our hand and be a hero for us. For that, we have to know who you are, because strong men, rich men, they know what they want. They feel what they want, my dears. If we are talking about a woman, not just sleeping, but having a woman, if you don't have qualities, you will never ever be next to a real strong man. You will never attract him, because we always attract according to what we are. Always. It's not an exterior process. This is why growing something, I don't know, drawing something, it doesn't help. My dears, it doesn't help. It helps only to attract lust, desire, but not what we want. Because all of us, we want to be admired, accepted, and loved. This is why the biggest problem is the woman doesn't know who she is. If she doesn't know who she is, if she thinks that she is only a CEO of I don't know what, then you will only grow as a CEO, and that has a limit. If you are a no one, if you don't know who you are, then you are a no one, and you will not grow at all. You can only grow when you know who you are. When you admit, I am a woman, And this implies 1, 2, 3, and you will grow. Otherwise, you will just be, because you don't know how you want to behave. You try to behave like other people you see around, and it's not your formula. And eventually, after 10, 15, 20 years, you will be disappointed and sad. And more than that, maybe you will have children. If no one has children, how we can grow them up? Obviously, someone who also doesn't have personality, because we don't know how is to be free. We don't know how to be individual. We are afraid. We are afraid to have our own formula. So we follow the formulas of other people. So next question is, what if my husband
Rada,
yes,
I'm sorry for interrupting you. You just said
please
that
do.
a woman wants a man who is stronger than she is, who is wealthier than she is, who is like better than she is. But what for does a man need someone who is like, let's say, behind him in all the ways? If we want something better than we are, and what for does a man need something worse than he is?
What do you mean by worth? Just define, what do you mean by worth?
Worse, you said that the man must be stronger. Like a woman wants a man who is stronger than her. I get stronger as
Yes.
emotionally and physically. So she is weaker than he is. A man wants a woman who is wealthier than she is. So it means you are not that rich in all the ways like he is. So it means that a woman is searching for something better. And what for a man would accept something worse than he is? I hope I'm clear enough.
So this is what you mean. You mean if a man accepts something worse than he is, what does it mean? That she is poorer than him, financially
that she
weaker?
is poor and rich. She's not that strong, maybe psychologically that strong like he is.
My dears, Natalia and
Emotionally.
everyone on the group, a real man will only have next to him such a woman. Because why? Why? He doesn't need another hero next to him. A real man is the one who has the potency, who has the mind to take care of someone. Of who we take care? Can we say that, oh, that billionaire needs to be taken care? No, we take care of someone who is weaker than us. Weaker in his own parameters. Physically, I'm weaker. Materially, I'm weaker. So I need someone to take care of me. So obviously a strong man will never take a woman who is stronger than him, decisive than him, and she will lead. He's already a leader. In the house, you cannot have two leaders. He wants to take care of you. It means you need him. It means you need him. Otherwise, like today, every girl has the mindset, oh, I want to be equal, I want to be strong and independent. In a marriage, you cannot have too strong and too independent. One will always be under. And if it will happen that your hormones are stronger and you take the initiative, your man will become who? A stain on the sofa. And you'll start crying like, oh, my husband doesn't do anything. Oh, my husband doesn't is not initiative. Of course he'll never be, because you are the one who took the initiative. So this is the normal. Like the fairy tales, my dears, everything comes back to the fairy tales. They are not just old-fashioned myths. The hero, the prince, the strong on a white horse, he comes and he saves the princess who has been kidnapped by the dragon. In nowadays, how everything is presented, the princess doesn't need the prince, because she herself can negotiate with the dragon, and she herself can kick him out of the nest. So such a woman, do you think a strong man will look at such a woman? No, he will pass by. Why? Because she doesn't need him. when he wants, do you think men don't like to spend money on you? They are they enjoy spending money on the woman. They enjoy. But why they don't do this? Because they feel not appreciated. They don't get that signal from the woman that, wow, actually for me this is amazing. We are ashamed to say, oh, thank you, because we say, oh, pshachlik biri. If I will say like thank you too much, he will think that I don't know, like I'm weaker than here, or like I can afford it myself. Of course we can afford it ourselves. Of course we can do career. We can. My dears, we are so wonderful. We are so smart, organized, disciplined, with amazing qualities. My dears, we can do everything ourselves better than them. But it will not bring us happiness. I prefer receiving flowers than buying them myself. I don't enjoy if I buy. No, I don't enjoy. If I receive, I will enjoy. The very same with everything. This is the normal. The man should be stronger physically, socially, in active wise, and so on. The strength of a woman is on the different side, which man doesn't have. This is why he wants. This is why he wants, because a man, he's active, his day is very stressful outside in the world, because he's there conquering for you. He's conquering for you, not for someone else. And if you don't need, then he'll find somebody else on the side, because he's always conquering for someone. For who? For the one who expresses gratitude. So he's stressed the entire day. He comes home. He doesn't need another leader, another stressful initiative, a person at home. At home, he wants to come and to silently, calmly, change, shift to your energy, to this. So you are there, we are there to create a different atmosphere for the man. And now many of you will feel, no, yes, he is enjoying the life, he is getting all the prizes and honors, and I'm sitting at home cooking and cleaning for him and raising his kids. Well, yes, it sounds like this, but it doesn't look as sad as you think. And this is why I'm inviting all of you. I'm inviting all of you for the truly life-changing seminar that will start on the 27th of April. From female to woman, when we will discuss all these things in details, with examples, with support, emotional support, mental support. And this is something that every woman needs, because unfortunately naturally didn't come to us this education. And someone said that like I cannot now, like $50 per month, it's expensive for me. My dears, whoever was in pain, not physical because you fell from the bicycle, difficult relationship, again failure, again doubts, again losing, wasting a couple of years doing a job you don't want, feeling that heaviness, that where I am going, what I am leaving. I'm already 25. I'm already 25 and still, like, I don't understand where I was and where I'm going. And how much would you be able to pay today something that please take this, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, $10,000, and just please make this problem disappear. We would always go for such opportunities if we would really have that. Just I will pay you this money, and I will, all my problems will disappear. My health will get back. And my dears, once the hormonal system is disbalanced, you know how hard it is to get it back into balance. And once the hormonal system is not functioning properly anymore, for everyone, but for us women, then for what those money that we are bringing from the career source. This is why, my dears, I don't know if $50 is expensive for someone. No, write me in private. I never refuse. Those who know me, you know me. I never refuse. But you are getting a base. You are getting a fundament, which will save you a lot of effort, time, tears, and which will living without an identity, without not knowing who you are, or building your identity according to the Instagram photos and I don't know, some blogs of the girls who look nice, but actually, you know, what is in the screen and what is behind the screen. In most of the 9 out of 10, the situation is completely different. So why to run? Why to waste a life to, I don't know, to become that kind of reality when it's not your reality, maybe. So next question is, if my husband is silent, like I want to talk, but there is no communication, like he doesn't talk to me. He doesn't talk to me. What it means he doesn't talk to me? Obviously, he will ask where are the socks, but he will not share maybe his dreams. Maybe he will not share, like maybe he will not, like that kind of communication, very needed in a relationship. Everybody, even if your husband is born on the 7th of any month, everybody has the need to talk. Everybody has the need to talk. There are amazing men who build their life in the right way, and they have good friends, 1, 2 good friends, and they have good communication with those friends. So his need of communicating with you obviously decreases, but there are always things that a man will not share with his, I don't know, parents, his friends. There is a certain area of communication which you will only share with your husband, and the very same, because he has, my dears, you are there in your husband's life, in your man's life, to inspire him. What means inspire? Give him courage to achieve his dreams. Why? Because the fruits of those dreams all of them will come to you. So in this situation, if the man is not talking, if he's not sharing, analyze what kind of childhood he had. What kind of childhood he had. Most probably he had a cold relationship with his mother, who didn't support, who didn't encourage, who maybe devalued him. So he is afraid to share his mind, to share his dreams with another woman who today is you, because men actually are very weak. They are very fearful. They
بدك أطبخ شي؟
Marie Jose, my dear, can you just off your microphone, my dear? So men are very weak. They are very dependent on. We can crush them easily, and vice versa, of course. This is why for him really matters your opinion as the woman he loves, as the woman he chose. This is why if he is not talking, just analyze his childhood, and if the relationship with his mother was such, less with his father, but still he is afraid to express this. He is not confident that you will not support. He's afraid that you will joke. Maybe already happened. Maybe there was a time when he was sharing at least a bit with you, and every time you would start teaching him, because yes, most of the time we really know better. We really know better. But our problem in marriage, we don't know how to talk. We don't know how to say thank you. We don't know how to ask. Why women say that, oh, he doesn't do this for me. Oh, I've been telling him 1,000 times, and still the I don't know, something is not done in the house. No, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's like, it's very hard for us to learn to talk because our mothers were talking such, everything is not the way it should be. So my dear, who relates to this question, first get back to his childhood and start encouraging him. It means, how will you make him talk? You have to melt the fear around his heart. It means start praising him. Start praising him. If you feel that your husband is a total loser and there is really nothing to praise him about, just find something, anything. I don't know. He did something. He brought you the groceries, and I don't know. And you say, "Oh my God, this time the tomatoes you brought were they were so delicious. Thank you very much." And then, your heart will also melt. Also, you will be more, uh, because it's hard for us also to be kind when we are hurt by them. In a marriage, every time, no matter what the situation is, but both are guilty. Absolutely, both are guilty. One did something before, other because someone else did something even earlier, and so on. It doesn't mean who is guilty. The one who is more aware, the one who is more in pain, should first start correcting, and 100% the resonance will be back into your favor. This is why my dears, start praising him. He will become more, thank you, when he will become more confident, that you will not make fun of him, that you will not him like, "Of, Khmar, no maoli." Many women just really speak very rudely to men, and men are very sensitive to this, and without noticing, my dear, without noticing, we just say a word, and he kind of feels like, come on, this is my woman. And still he chose you because he loves you. You chose him because there were some feelings, some qualities in him that you like. Also very good, absolutely. For what to praise him? Remember what were the qualities when you met, for what you chose him. And if today he's a complete opposite of what you dream of, you can get to the back and say, like, find something that he was doing nicely, and you say, today I was remembering, like, that time, or that gift you gave me, or that something you did, and it felt so good. I remember today, so today my mood is very good because I remembered something. I remember that incident. So he will understand that, come on, there was a time when things were better. I was better. She was better. And it will make him feel good. Then next question. My dears, we get married so that our dreams will come true. Okay, dreams, but first the necessities. We like, basically, obviously, this is the duty of the man to complete all our necessities, and in according to his abilities and possibilities, also to make our dreams come true. And men would gladly do that. But first, what is the problem? The difficulty to ask. We are ashamed to ask, because very often maybe we saw our mothers asking or complaining, or seeing our mothers, then they would sacrifice everything, I mean, save on their own interests, but you know, provide for the family, or they would complain that no, I want this, but no, he will not give me the money, and you felt like it's so humiliating to ask from your husband. This is why better I have my my money. But in fact, we feel difficulty asking. I mean, they don't satisfy our needs and desires because we don't know how to ask. And actually, again, very important point, my dears, men, please write this in capital letters. Men will never guess what you want, because very often 8 women out of 10 will think, I will proudly wait. If he loves me, he will guess what I want. My dears, he will not. He loves you, but he will not guess. We have to tell them directly. I like this perfume, this edition, not that edition with the green leaf. This edition with the pink leaf. This is what I want. Show him the picture and say, like, when you will go, just show her the picture. She will understand, the girl at the sales department. They will not understand. Always be vocal. My dear, I like this, I like that, I like ice cream with this, I like I don't know, conditioner on this level. He will never guess, but still he loves you. This is why be talkative to them. And another very important thing regarding, again, we speak about the marriage. If he changes about growing in the growing in the marriage. It was mentioned in several questions, but the idea is, when a man has a very quiet personality, communicate very little, he has the same goals and values, he is the perfect husband, the father, but communication is close to zero, while the woman is communicating, sharing comfortably, growing in the relationship, and growing in the relationship, how can she know if he is also growing? My dear, this growing thing, again, I said, we women will always jump towards growing, improving. For example, very often you feel like, I want to change these curtains. No, it's time to change. And it's been only maybe 5 years since you previously changed the curtains. And the husband will be really confused, like, why? If it's up to him, 58 years he will not change the curtains, because the curtains are there only for the function of closing the window at the night time. That's all. But for, you know, the curtains is the factor of color, the fashion, the trend. My neighbor already did 3 times change the curtains, and I still 7 years haven't one time. So we will always be running after improving things constantly. Men are not like this. So we bring the changes into the house. We read books. We do this, that, and the third. So when you why we grow, my dears? What does it mean for a woman to grow in a marriage? My dears, what is the effect of a woman who grew? So the woman does something to grow. Yeah. So what is the effect of this growing or growth of hers? What is the effect?
Is accepting.
What accepting?
Accepting him like he is.
Finding solutions for some problems.
Yes, but I want to closer to Bushra, what she said. We accepting. When it's easy for us to accept, my dears, when it's easy for us to accept.
لما
When we let
نتعود.
go,
when
we let go and we don't go into grudges, details, and bitterness.
when we don't okay
لما
when we don't
نتعود.
go into the grudges.
حس لما نتعود ما هيك.
When
No,
we
no,
love
no.
unconditionally.
I think Rada, when we understand, when you have enough knowledge and you can understand the other person, then you don't go into grudges.
When we
My
know
dear,
it's not about us, it's not against us, it's not us, it's not us the responsible of his situation, his current
yeah. So basically, my dears, look,
when we understand مصدر التصرف. So why
again
when we understand why this happened, why he did this.
Okay, you all related to marriage, but to relationship, but let's just make one step back. So the woman is growing, she did something, book, training, whatever, she's growing. What means that a woman grows? She will be accepting. When do we accept? When we are more tolerant, when we are kinder,
when we are aware,
when we
when
are
we have
happy,
awareness.
when we are happy. My dears, when we are happy, obviously with growth comes awareness. Growth is equal responsibility, consciousness, awareness. This is growth.
نفتش على small things لا تزعلنا لا تضايقنا.
Absolutely. So basically, when you grow, your inner grows. Your inner is up to the mark of whatever you are. You become the quality of you becomes better. It means it doesn't relate to the person. Forget everybody who is next to you. It's your growth. You understand, you understood couple of things. They brought peace to your mind. You saw the size of the life further, so you became happier because you understood that that you understood your power. You understood that everything around you reflects you. You became more self-sufficient, because when we are discovering that source inside us, that divine inside us, we understand that actually I can improve my life. I have many sources to be happy. So when I grow, I become happy. When I become happier, what I do with this happiness, my dears, woman does only one thing with her happiness. What she does with her happiness?
Share it.
Absolutely. The woman will always share what she has in excess. If she has in excess that grudge and that poison, she will
Bitterness.
share poison. If she is full of love and happiness, she will become more understanding, more tolerant, more everything, because she is richer. Her life is more interesting. For example, always long time I heard this example. I remember because it really visualizes perfectly well a peaceful woman and a very stressed woman. A woman is all styled cleaning the floor in the house, and the man came into the house, and by opening the door, the bucket full of water fell, and all the dirty water again spread across on in the room, on the floor. And my dears, you imagine the situation. Yes, the woman has been cleaning the house maybe for half an hour. He comes, opens the doors, and the water is in the floor. In a classical family, what dialogue will follow? In a classical situation, what dialogue will follow?
Yelling.
Yelling, obviously. انه والله حمار مش شايف الباكت هون. And what he will say, انه والله ما لقيتي بس لتحطي هيدا الباكت هون. ساعة ما لقيتي غير مطرح انه خطيتي عنها، من وين بدي اشوف شو في ورا الباب؟ لانه ولو انت ما بتعرف انا عم بنظف بهيدا الساعة التنين كل تنين الساعة 10 and you know blaming.
ما بتحسوا
But
فيه.
no, but a woman who is in, you know, who is, no, she's a woman. She's the happy woman. She's a happy because she said, oh no, sorry, I put the bucket here. And no, I didn't know you would come this moment. And he said, no, what sorry? It was me. I should have opened it slower and, you know, I should have aware. And she said, no, it's me. She said, no, it's me. And what will be? Laughing, hugging, and in the end, maybe he will help her clean the mess. How many situations like this you saw? How many? Why? Is it difficult to
Zero.
say it's zero? Zero. Why, my dear, zero? We are getting back to what I said in the start. We don't know who we are. We don't give ourselves the right to spread our wings of a woman. Yes, Noura.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to say something. And I feel like you're always speaking in a perfect environment. And no, she would say, "Oh, I'm sorry." He would answer, "Oh, I'm sorry," but she can say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he can still answer in a rude way.
Yes, he still can answer in a rude way.
It's not always إذا نحن as women, if you're good and you are مثلا in your feminine side and you're good, it doesn't mean that always things are gonna go like you want them to go, or you're gonna get
Noor,
the reaction that supposedly you're supposed to get it.
Yeah, I understand you. Noor, sooner or later, it will always, your inner, real, my dears. Do you think it's so easy to forgive or in such situation not to explode? No, imagine yourself in such situation. What kind of woman would
No, I'm
really
saying
I
sorry,
understand,
Radha. Yes.
Noura, my dear, I understand I'm getting there. So
Yes.
in how, no, imagine that woman who genuinely said, like, I'm sorry, like, no, I should have put it in another place. Genuinely. The women, how many nice women you see and men are abusing them? You know why? Because in her heart, she say, oh, I'm sorry, I should have put it there. But in her heart, she is shooting. And heck. So if the woman reaches to that level of genuine peace inside our heart, and she is, let's not talk about unconditional love. Unconditional love is hard task, but closer to unconditional love. It means, okay, she doesn't love him, even he's a bastard. She doesn't love him because it's heavy, but at least she doesn't hate him. She doesn't hate him. Whenever he says something, in his face, she says like, okay, but in her heart, she's sending rockets there to just reduce him to ashes. It's all about the inside. When a woman genuinely in her heart, the man is a bastard, but she understands, for some reason, my face, my stars aligned in such a way that I ended up being married to this man. I understand that this is also a part of my mistake because no, I knew who I am getting married. People don't change radically. Yeah, certain changes can happen, but not radically. We didn't keep our eyes open before. We said, no problem. I will get married him and I will change him. A lot of girls say this. A lot. But in reality, it becomes something else. This is why the inner, when you inside have peace, self-respect, and self-dignity, my dears, always the things will improve. There are three variants. If we are talking about a relationship, he will change and he will start treating you the way you want. He will leave you. he will leave you and, like you say, alhamdulillah, or he will die. You will feel relieved because you don't need this examinator next to you anymore. You showed that in such a difficult situation, you found wisdom and power to not spoil, not poison your blood. You found the strength and power to not get angry because you understand. And worse than a child this man is. He's suffering so much by being poisonous to me, to the kids, and so on. Noura, my dear Noura, and everyone who is still skeptical, what I'm saying, this is a rule. But unfortunately, it really demands effort. It really demands effort. But this is what I'm saying, that this is our growth. Imagine how powerful you will be, you will feel when you will obtain this victory. When you, a woman who through her patience, effort, forgiveness, love, power, I don't know, whatever you, qualities are many. This is the most difficult task. This is the most difficult task, to improve a relationship. And when the woman can improve that relationship, she's invincible, because this is our main task of the women, to know to build relationships. And we are avoiding this. We are avoiding this by prioritizing in the first place the career. My dears, if you will be proper, like really woman in the full content, society will just never let you alone. You will always be loved, successful, admired, accepted, and everything, because you are useful to the society. You are useful, you are needed. They will just rip you out with all your time and everything. You will never be bored in your life, because you feel this life and you have things to say. And my dears, women think that they can be happy outside relationships, but this is, my dears, impossible. A woman only grows in relationship. Only she grows only in relationships, and relationships are the only thing that really charge her. It means they give her power. This is why this is the most difficult thing. Men cannot build relationship. They cannot, and they don't need. This is our powers. This is why we have to learn. So going back to growing, so I did something and I became happier. When I'm happier, I am more tolerant. When I am more tolerant, I will not drill his mind, his brain every day, like, oh, again you didn't bring me this ice cream, the one I like, but this, oh, again you still didn't I don't know, change the bulb there. Or again, I don't know what, you will not drill him. You will be more tolerated. You will, instead of, as usually, nagging and devaluing him, what you will start, you will feel like praising him. Because how can you share your love? It's not about sleeping with him. It's about manifesting your life, supporting and encouraging him. No, you don't tell him, oh, today I read this book, or I saw this lecture, or I did this training, and from now on, my dear, because we are a spiritual couple, because we are aware and consciousness, from now on, everybody is vegetarian in our house. I know that meat is your life, but what to do? We have to grow together. Or from now on, we do this or we don't do that. And the man will start panicking. He will never grow like this. You want to grow, you grow. Your man should not know about how you grow. The consequence of every growth is you become more loving. When you become more loving, you become more tolerant. And here, my dears, we are not talking about tolerating disrespectful behavior. Never, never. Because we have our dignity, feminine dignity. But we are tolerating some weaknesses, some temporary passiveness or whatever. When we start praising the man for here, for there, for being kind, for smiling, just the fact that you are more relaxed automatically will reflect in a lot of things in your family. So by this, you will inspire him to be more successful in his area. You don't have to have the same interests. You grow in something, and this will make him be more daring, be more, I don't know, active in achieving his own dreams. You must not have the same dreams. He has his dreams, you have your dreams. Obviously they shouldn't be much in the conflict, but when he is happy as he is, when you are happy as you are, at the end of the day you meet together and you discuss, you know what, today I learned about your passion, and you are just, he asked like, what was your day, and you are sharing about your day with the kids, with the neighbors, with your project, with whatever you want. And he's also sharing, like today I had meeting with that, and my project will be this, that, the boss, the me, the whatever. This is how the communication starts, when there is no tension in relationship, no tension. The man is afraid of you, of us. The men are afraid of our sharp tongue. So our tongues should become silver tongue. And this is difficult. Why difficult, my dears? Because of my wrong lifestyle, because I consider myself equal to the man. So obviously I get involved in the masculine games. In the masculine games, I cannot stay a woman. I have to start behaving as a man. So my feminine body is not able to handle the masculine lifestyle. So I start changing. My feminine hormones decrease, my masculine increase, my manners, my walking, my everything changes towards the masculine side. And don't think that there are women who say, Rada, no, it's not like this. At the office, I'm the boss, but when I come at home, I shift. Never, never, never. So the woman starts being part of this masculine world, and she starts, her body cannot handle this stress. And what starts happening? She becomes tensed in her body. For example, go to the massage. By the way, go to Nada or go to Gracie, two amazing golden hands, Entrust yourself to these feminine hands of these two beautiful women, Nada Al-Haj and Gracie. I think Gracie is here, and I don't know, Nada is on the group. Both of them are on the group. So whatever, you are going to the massage. When was the last time you had massage? Maybe many of you, it's been years, or maybe some never had, or maybe somebody had just last week. And you remember how you say, oh yes, here, oh yes, oh too hard, and our body is not relaxed, our body is tensed. It's so hard for us for many women to get relaxed in the massage. Why? Because the adrenaline, that is, Bushra has a spa, also try Bushra. Bushra is also harsh. So Bushra, you can tell us how much women screaming on the massage. Ay, this is stiff, and this is that, and this is that. Why?
By the
Because
way,
tension. Yeah.
yeah, by the way, women suffers, 95% of women suffers from fibromyalgia that doesn't occurs in man life. Because of the tension,
Please
because
say again,
she's,
Bushra.
yes,
What was the
woman,
neural?
the fibromyalgia.
This is what?
Women suffer. This is disease. This is a painful disease that occurs in the fiber muscular tendons and nerves.
I understood. I
That
understood.
so because of the tension, because she's always keeping her tension in her muscles.
Yeah.
This is a disease that only woman suffers from. Man doesn't have fibromyalgia.
You know why, my dear Bushra, and
Yes,
every lady on the
because
group? Because
yeah,
man is meant to handle stress. Man is meant, his body grows. When
exactly.
the more problems he has, the better he becomes. The more problems we have, the strong and independent women, the more stronger and the more independent we become, the sicker we become. So sick that not that we cannot give birth normally to a child, we don't want children. Do you understand? Women today don't want children. And it's is if, as Sugar would say, from nowadays I don't want to be sweet anymore. Who will keep on buying sugar? Nobody. So the same with us. So my dears, thank you, Bushra. I didn't know this. Thank you very much. This tension accumulates in our body. This physically, yes, the hormones, they got stuck in our body, but we have emotions as well. It means on emotional level, what is stuck inside? Non-satisfaction, reproaches, and in one word, anger. So yesterday I had some tension, I had a conflict, I didn't express, I didn't do rebirthing with Rada. So I didn't express, I didn't process, it stayed there in my body. Next morning, I wake up, heaviness in the body, somewhere I feel, somewhere I don't feel, but something there, the tension, that emotional tension didn't disappear, my dears. So subconsciously my nervous system understands I have to save the physical body and to release this tension. So a situation is created when I have the chance to what? To get angry. My child, I don't know, drops spills tea on the sofa, on the white sofa, a smoothie, a strawberry smoothie, and I explode. Or my husband, I don't know, didn't close the toothpaste, as usually they leave, two parts into different corners of the mirror. And I say, oh my God, like, come on, 10 years of marriage and never you do this, no. Why it happened today? It could have happened tomorrow. It could have happened after 10 years. It could have never happened. What's the difference? No, close it. No, why it's so hard? Close it. If he just showers his this loses his socks anywhere, no, what's the problem? Take it and put it. But no, this time, because I needed to release, for that I needed a reason. And my environment around me attracted this reason. How attracted? Magically attracted. Every victim will attract the aggressor. It's not accidental. If the aggressor, the one who is violent, aggressive, he will always attract someone who in the mentality is the victim. I am weak, everybody is exploiting me, I cannot do anything, and I'm the one suffering him, I want your pity. So the aggressor will do the job, the victim will say, oh my God, now I'm vampiring, give me your pity, ya haram, what happened to her? It's all subconscious. So this aggression will attract some things where I have to explode, when I have to be aggressive, when I have to be angry. And things like this repeating from time to time, my life becomes what? I cannot handle it anymore. Impossible my life becomes, because from my social activity, I get this tension in my muscles, in my heart, in my very tender feminine soul, which cannot handle this. I have to release it, so I create a painful situation, and my life becomes a hell. This is why, my dears, nothing is as simple as it looks. Nothing. A lot of illusions, a lot of uh, fakeness, a lot of fakeness in nowadays lives, and a lot of women accept this fakeness, accept wrong values. So without men, my dears, without men, we cannot raise our energy further. We can only be active on the lower three chakras. Those are the masculine chakras. The energy, our energy will never raise above our heart. Never. It means you don't know how to express. You don't know how to create, because the energy doesn't reach here. We are not creators, which the women are meant to create. And obviously the intuition will also not work. So you know, if you are trying to get some yoga courses to raise your kundalini, please, there is nothing to raise. In order to raise something, it has to be something. Kundalini is not there waiting and praying, oh please open the chakra and raise me. It's a very serious
Rada,
serious yes.
Rada, I agree with you that love heals and it's a beautiful thing. And having a partner in your life is beautiful. But what if I'm not married and I'm not in a relationship?
My dear Noura, I said in the beginning, you are in a relationship, only you don't have a man. So what to do? It means heal yourself. This is your case, Noura. Your case is the perfect case. Why? Because if you would, you know, my dears, getting married is very easy. Getting married is very easy. But staying married happily, this is the challenge. Because getting married, men are easily to be convinced, you know, to get married. But staying married happily, that's the question. So Noura, if you, for example, would get married last year, 2 years ago, you know, imagine your difference between what you are now and who you were 2 years ago, with all your fears, non-confidence, and you would have a man who would continue, who would help you through painful ways to heal yourself. Now you don't have the pain, you give it, you do it willingly. You choose to go into those rebirthing which really cause you a lot of discomfort, but still you choose. You don't enjoy it, but you choose, because you understand this is one of the tools that will make me become self-sufficient, happy. You choose another ways of doing. You work, you read, you practice, you analyze. You are constantly in the process of becoming self-sufficient, of becoming getting that feminine integrity. So with every day, after each small process that you go through, your chances increase of attracting a man who will only come and cherish all the work that you will have already done. So what you have to do, you have to study the relationships, because it's not that, oh, I don't have a child, this is why I don't know nothing about birth. Obviously we don't know, but we can read, we can educate ourselves, so that we choose, okay, I want to give birth cesarean, or I want to give birth naturally. I want in hospital, or I want in home. I want a dry birth, or I want water birth. I want take epidural, or I don't want. I want take a how you call this epitome, anyway, I want this or that. You will not decide this after.
Episiotomy.
Yes, thank you. You will not decide this after you gave birth. It's already late. When you are in a relationship, no. When you are married, it's already late. You bought the car. Once you buy the car, can you get it back to the salon? What they will say, madam, no, madam, we didn't force you to buy. You chose, you came, you looked twice, thrice, you paid. Like what now? You cannot return it, even if you kept the check. So the very same. So your situation now is perfect because you understand that actually relationships are a tiny bit more complicated than what I thought. Happiness in relationship doesn't come naturally. I have to study myself. I have to study the man. I have to study the purpose of the relationship. I have to understand my goals. What are my goals in a relationship? What are my goals in the marriage? What are my goals in the marriage? You know what are my goals in the marriage? I want to find a decent man, a noble man who will deserve me serving him. I want to serve my husband. I want to serve my husband. For that, you find a decent man who will appreciate this and who will start serving you back, because they are also not animals. They are so loving. They are so generous. Men are amazing. Men are amazing, but they are also traumatized like us. They also don't think they are big heroes. He only talks, but inside is also that vulnerable boy that didn't get his help, his love of his mom, his maybe support of his dad, the role model. They are also very traumatized, just like us. So Noor, if you become a full lake, you will only attract another full lake, and together you will be a very beautiful water pond. If you are an empty lake who is trying to find someone who will fill this lake, you will only attract another empty lake, and what you'll be together? An empty hole, hoping and demanding from each other to oh, please fill my pond, please fill my pond. It will not happen. It will not happen. We attract what the more unhealthy we are, the more difficult our relation will be. Why? Because we need much medicine to heal. When you are kind of harmonious and healthy, obviously you will not need that much of a treatment. So you have great chances to really attract a much better relationship. This is Noura what to do, to study relationships, to study happy marriages, to communicate, like, you know, with women, to be inspired by women who have good relationships. Now most of the women are divorced or in the process, or they would dream to divorce. So basically they discourage women to get married. They just you know, they spoil our enthusiasm with you know, with their, I don't know, attitude. Okay, you know, for example, being mostly, I mean, having to do mostly with women, very often, unfortunately, very often I meet women who say never, Rada, never I want to have children. Never, I don't want to have children. And when they see me with my children, there were quite a few women who said, like, Rada, after seeing you, how your children and your relation with children, I want to have children. My dears, we want to have children, but how the children we saw around us, we say, la Taubi, I don't want such children. Or we all want to be in relationships. We all want, this is our necessity. We are happy. But what kind of relationship we see around, you say, no, thank you, never, or never again. If you already had a bad experience, you say, never again, never again. Last week I had a call with a beautiful lady. She's also on the group, and she was telling me about her very painful first marriage, very painful. And after divorcing, she said, Never ever. Finally, I have my freedom. I have my self-respect. Like, I will never get married again. I don't want. I hate. And she said, Rada, next time I got married to the man, I met a man and I got married in 1 month, I think. Like immediately. I would never believe this. Why? Because you want to get married. You want to have children. You want to have relationships. Only you want what you want, you feel it doesn't exist. My dears, it doesn't exist. Build, because you will have what you build. If you are a good
Maria.
constructor, if you are a good constructor,
Okay.
obviously you will build a beautiful house. If you are an amateur and you said, oh, I will build these skyscrapers from New York, and what chances you have? Our ambitions and demands are high. I want my man to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. What do you have in exchange to give to such man? What you have? This is what we have to understand. Who I want, and for that, who I am, what I have. Or vice versa, we can say, what kind of woman I want to be. You, the way you are today, would you be the woman of the dream if you were a man? Would you like to date yourself? Would you like to marry yourself? So very often the answer is no. This is why, my dears, we grow, we become better, and we inspire our men. They will also grow. Always they will grow, because when you grow healthily, not the ego grows, your heart grows. Your heart grows. Um, I forgot, I had a very nice example. But the idea is that when you grow, when your heart grows, not the ego, you always are kind of new, kind of mystical, kind of magical to your man, and he's always intrigued. Oh my God, my wife is and this, and after 1 year she's like this, and after 5 years she's like this. You know, he's admiring you as well. If you are not drilling him, oh, you see, I grow, and you are still. Come on, how many books have you read? Or no, 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 no. So when we grow correctly, they will love us even more, and the man will only uh, change for you as long as he loves you. As long as he loves you, he will turn the mountains upside down for you. The next question. Most of men in the modern life feel heavy in their if their wife wants to stop working and be fully present with the children because they are ignorant. This is the question also branches to financial partnership in the relation and men wanting help. My dears, what do we want? When the women become masculine, the men how will become feminine. This is very wrong attitude of a man uh, to to be financially vulnerable, to express his fear that I cannot, because I mentioned, I think, in on the group that in my this course, 9 months course, in the first class, among other things, I say that I wish that by the end of this course, it means after 9 months, you will be happily jobless. And I told you the reaction. The reaction is like, are you crazy, Rada? Absolutely not. Absolutely. Don't curse me. I say I don't. Like, you have the choice to keep the work. Like, you work. You want to work, you work. It's just my wish from my heart. And the reason the women very often say, I cannot I don't know what happened, but they say I cannot stop working because my husband cannot handle it himself, or my husband wants me to work, or my husband forces me to work, or we have to pay 50-50 in the house, or 50-50 for the car credit, and so on. This is very sad. This is very sad that the men feel that they cannot. Obviously, here is also the role of the woman, who she understands that maybe this is a simple man, maybe he's still young, maybe this is a boy. No, how can he, like if he didn't inherit a house, a car, no, how can he really at the age of 25, 30 provide? Maybe he cannot provide your personal house with the 3 bedrooms, the car for him, for his, for you, for him, and not any car, but like a certain type of car. Like very often with this credit system, we think like everything is easy. Yalla, house we take on this mortgage, everything we take. And obviously he starts panicking. Come on, I cannot out of like overnight handle so much responsibility. Here the woman should also be tolerant. If you see that he's only the beginning, he has the potency, but the money is still not there, be also modest in your request for the start. But the money will remember, just in case you will not reach the course from female to woman, remember one thing very important. From you working along with your husband, the money will not increase in the family, never. How unlogical it sounds, but when the woman also works with her husband, the money will never increase. There are astrologically wise, according of what kind of 2 people get combined, there will be several types of marriage. And different marriages have different rules and conditions in order to succeed, to be successful, and to be harmonious. So there is only one type of marriage that really requires the woman to be active. It means in one or the other way to make money. Only one marriage. But still, it doesn't mean that you have to go and just have a job. Because we will get back to what Bushra said and to what I explained, and Bushra confirmed about this. This is why, my dears, don't fall into the trap of the weakness of your man, that no, we cannot. You can support him for some time, definitely. But this is not a normal attitude. If you are a boyfriend, girlfriend, when you go out to have lunch or whatever, don't even think of taking out your wallet and offering to pay half. Never. This is the most humiliating gesture that a woman can do. Everything, he is paying everything. Regarding, there was a question also regarding gifts. Very good question. Giving gifts. I feel I tend to give something to my boyfriend whenever I go to see him. For example, I don't want, like a book I don't want, very nice gift, like I don't want take. But okay, maybe I don't want, he wants. This is normal. So a book, or some veggies from the garden, drawings I make, etc. But when it's the time to stop, when it's too much, very good question. Very good question. But just like remember, woman should never gift anything to the man. The man doesn't need expensive watch or expensive car, or I don't know, some perfume or something, unless the only thing a man needs is something which will mean that you thought of him. For example, drawing I make, obviously he will highly appreciate it. That she was drawing, she maybe thought of me while drawing, and she did this, or she like, he feels this is very personalized, so he will like it. Veggies from the garden, why not? You say you like, I don't know, cauliflower, or you like parsley. Look, I'm bringing you. Or like the book I don't want. And obviously, please don't tell him that, I don't want this book anymore, take. But for example, he mentioned that, there is this author I was trying to find and I couldn't. And, I have this book, like, I don't need anymore. But you present it nicely, like, look, I found it for you. He will appreciate it. He will appreciate it, your involvement of thinking of him while doing this gift. But on the birthday, like, I don't know, giving, you go in the market and to the mall and buy him something, like it's not needed. Like, really, this kind of gifts, very personal gifts, shower him with this attention, because this means attention. With other kind of gifts, is I mean, it's not needed, really. It's not needed. um, Another question: my husband does whatever I want, but he doesn't have his own character. I know why his family never make him use his own opinion when he was small. Very big mistake. Yes, I ask him, what do you like to choose? He says, you choose for me. I feel bored sometimes. I feel tired. Sometimes you need a real man with you. Uh, Not sometimes, all of the time, my dears. I feel bored sometimes. I feel tired. I feel a real man with you. Sometimes I don't like to sit and talk to him. We have nothing to talk because I feel he doesn't understand me and that he will not help me taking any decision. Many times I hate myself just because I hurt him with my words. I love him, yes, but I want him to change, to have his own decisions and people respect. People and family always ask him to help him because he doesn't say no. Say that I can do that I cannot do this, and so on and so on. My dears, again, do you remember the story of the silent man? When a child, why the parents don't allow the child to take a decision? Because what is the message behind this? You are stupid, you don't know. If you will choose, it will be a wrong choice, so let me choose for you. Especially if that was mother saying. So the man grew in the body grew, but the child instead still remained infantile. Okay, so what to do, my dears? Don't choose for him. Start encouraging him. You say, come on, I know you will choose the best. Maybe don't use the word the best, because never in his life he chose. So obviously you cannot, if you will say the best, he'll say I'm bitmashar. Say like, no, come on, you choose. I will accept. I will accept what you want. Mm, Start giving him responsibilities. Don't choose. Whenever he says, please help me choose, you say, I know you will choose the best. Just surprise me. I know. He's afraid. He's afraid that in case he chose wrongly, you will again, like his mother did, will talk back to him, which you already did. Yes, because you feel sorry for the words you told him. This is why you have to start supporting, encouraging him, and in your heart just really write big letters that my husband is the best. my husband is the best. Don't say that, oh really my husband is doesn't have the strength of will, everybody's using them and I'm ashamed to be with such a man. No, if you decide, I mean, if you decide this is your man and you decide to make a try to improve things, you start respecting him, start praising him in front of his family and his friends, start praising him whenever he does at least something good. Start praising him. It means he understands, okay, in this way I can behave, it's safe, my wife praised me, so in this area he will start being more active. Once he's active in this area, you enlarge his area of confidence. You say, oh my god, look how, what beautiful, I don't know, such good, I don't know, something you brought, you bought, you chose, you did, what a nice movie you chose, you know, emphasize, you chose, you did, you decided. Do you remember when one time you chose, maybe one time in his life he chose a hotel or whatever, and you say, do you remember when that hotel that you chose, it was an amazing choice, thank you, I enjoyed it so much. You know why? Because it was so careful of you to think that they have a garden, because this is why I know you love me, because you saw that, you know that I love the garden, and you chose the garden so that we can, in the evening after dinner, walk there and spend some times. It was the best choice, and it was really, I understood that you love me. And in his mind, the man will be shocked. He say, what garden? What love? I didn't even know that you like garden. I chose that hotel because it was by mistake. I just pressed the button by mistake, and I didn't even think of you when doing this, because all I was is afraid that maybe I will make a mistake. It was an accident for him, but you presented it first. You told him that I love garden. Now, for the rest of his life, he will remember that you love garden. For the rest of his life, he will have a very good help in how to choose a hotel. He will say, "Do you have a garden, or do you have a bathtub?" Because my love likes to have a bath. So I will choose a hotel which has rooms with a bathtub. So you told him. So in this area, he's already more confident. And step by step, you will gradually enlarge his confidence in himself. My dears, he will only follow your navigator. How my wife thinks about me. So when he will feel confident that you are safe for him, he will not be afraid to manifest, to talk to you, to ask your opinion, not from the weakness side, like please choose for me, but to ask his opinion from his heart, like, look, I have this idea. He will not be afraid, like, oh no, I have this idea, but no, I will not share, probably very stupid. And like this, maybe next to you is Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, that billions are boiling under his these, but he just doesn't have the courage to tell you like this. But when once he said, twice, three times, he just get the courage and shared, and you supported, even if the idea is stupid. Support. First thing, you are genius. You are genius. After that, you'll correct. Another question is if I'm surrounded by men that are not too much productive but works a lot, and most of their work goes unappreciated, and people keep delaying payments or even not paying at all, what is my karmic lesson on this, and what practice can I do to get my feminine energy more balanced and stronger? Sorry for asking this late, but okay. My dear, you are already signed for the course. There we will do what you asked, but let's say my man is productive but is not appreciated. first what you have, if he's not appreciated, it's it's his karma, why he does the work but he's not paid, because previous life he might have took the money but without doing the work. Now he is just paying vice versa. But now we are regarding from our end, from the end of a woman. For example, you are talking about your husband. He is not appreciated even though he works a lot. What is your lesson here? First is what to say. Do you appreciate him? This is the first and the most fundamental thing. Do you appreciate your husband? And in most cases, we understand that actually not really. That actually we kind of think that we appreciate, but we don't appreciate our husband. Okay? Then what is your lesson? Second might be is that, oh my God, like, I'm kind of ashamed to be with a man who is poor. What they will think about me. It's some kind of ideals in you that you want to look like someone, or like you think is up to the expectation of your family, of your, I don't know, classmates, of the girls around, women around you, and your husband kind of is not up to the mark. If your husband is not up to the mark, then it means you are also quite of not a lucky wife. So understand where is your fear and weakness. Why you want your husband to what is your inner fear and motive for being concerned too much about this? Because if your husband is a master in what he does, he's a professional, okay, he's not paid enough, but for example, his family will be healthy, the rewards will come on another side as well, will come. Maybe it's also his lesson to his own lesson to understand that I don't know, that I have to be less selfish. Okay, but from your side, we like, okay, that was the question regarding this thing, but everyone has similar situation regarding another aspects of something that we don't really like in our husbands, like why cannot you accept your husband who is, let's say, less financial still less financial supportive, but maybe he's extremely loving. My dear, every man needs support, encouragement, and what we have to be muses. Muse, what is a muse? A muse is the one who constantly gives a motive for a man's growth. The muse is light. She is light. She is not heavy. To be light, we have to have our part of personality, individuality. This is why the question here, what should be your attitude? Keep on being supportive, that he is a good professional if he likes what he does. Maybe this is a sign for him that he's really not doing what he likes. He has to change the job. Here the water is not flowing, change the job. But if he likes, if he really a good professional in what he did, let him continue doing his job decently, high quality, regardless that he's underpaid, and you will see that one day things will change. Maybe your husband is born on 19, 13, 14, so even 16. Such people have the tendency to be in kind of similar situation in their lives. My dears, these are all the questions that we you have asked. In case of if any question has arisen now. Please ask. Please ask. Otherwise, I will just start.
Rada,
Yes.
I have a question. This is Natalia. Like I was thinking recently that the generation of our grandmothers and grandfathers, they've been much more happier in their relationship. I have lots of really great examples where there was mutual love and mutual understanding. What I don't see in most of my friends recently, but our grandmothers and grandfathers, they set really amazing example. Do you have any ideas regarding this? Maybe it was, I don't know, some absolutely different time that was there, like how to say?
Yeah, I
Sorry, I
understood.
cannot formulate it.
No, Natalia, it's very clear. What you say. Why? Because that time women were not multifunctional. In those times women were not multifunctional. Women were not doing masculine duties. Women were doing their duties. She was taking care of the house, of the children, of the husband. The man was doing his duties. What nowadays we are called primitive, old age, old fashioned. Okay, old-fashioned, primitive, call whatever you want. But like you, Natalia, said, yes, our grandmothers were much more healthier, happier. So this is why their hormones were fine, their bodies were fine, their mind were peaceful. Those women had friends, my dears. This is the virus of today's generation of women. Women don't have friends. Women don't have friends. Women don't don't make gatherings. Whenever there is an opportunity, everybody goes out. Why? Because women stopped cooking, stopped baking. They stopped washing the dishes. What they are doing? They're going to the office, constantly competing. In order to constantly compete, you have to constantly compare yourself. If you are at home, you feel that you are inferior because all your neighbors are having good cars and going to work, making their own money, eating delivery and everything, and you feel that maybe this is the life. So this is, Natalia, my dear, why people are our grandma were happier, because they were living a feminine life. They were having a feminine life. This is why I said, being in India, you see these old women, they are so beautiful. They are so beautiful, not aesthetically beautiful, but it comes out of them such a peaceful energy, such a relaxing, you just feel like, please bless me. Why? Because their mind is not multifunctioning, because they're multitasking, because they are feminine with their simple tasks, but they are so powerful, they are so wise. Interaction with them helps so much. Just being next to such a woman, it helps so much. Nowadays interaction with nowadays woman is it's really it's more tensed than peaceful. That's the answer, Natalia.
Thank you so much, Rada.
So how to... Okay, I will, in the case of I will try now. I will try to write your name so that we can make the draw for the Gracie's products. Gracie's products are amazing. They are edible, so natural they are edible. More than once she showed us these. But they are first professional, then really when you just when you smell them, you really feel like you really feel like eating it. And what most important, and one of the most important things, they are done with love. Obviously they are sold for money, but it doesn't mean that they are made with love. They are filled with love, and this is why it makes her products be very dear to our community of people, to many women in Lebanon, outside Lebanon. And I really hope that she will extend, because really she deserves her soaps. Her soaps are just so. Noura, are you or no? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lena. I have 13 girls. Okay. Save and wait. Marie-José, Hanan, يا قلبي انت. مبروك. Do you see? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Everybody saw. Everything is fair. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to. Okay, like this. Okay, amazing. Marie-José, you see, Hanan, يا قلبي, you won. Marie-José's ID brought you good luck. ما تقولي ما إلك حظ يا حنان يا قلبي. أنا مش عم بسمعك إذا the microphone. خدي وقتك حنان. But anyway.
سمعتك أنا رادا. سمعتك ما عرفت إذا أنا ولا ماري جوزي.
لا مش لا حنان اللي ماري جوزيه.
اسمها حنان
كمان حنان. And you have to call Gracie and choose from whatever she will offer. There is also another question from Hanan. Are there any question I can ask myself to help me set life goals? Yes, my dears. Your life goal, غصب عنكم, otherwise there is not possible, will be related to your dreams. And big help here will be your childhood dream. What were you dreaming in the childhood? Then ask yourself, your life goal will always be related to your nature, your predestination. Your predestination will be based on your nature. It's something that you can do for a very long time without getting bored or tired. I mean, tired physically, obviously we get tired, but you keep on wanting, doing that thing, and something that people will ask you for help, because they understand, oh, Rada is good in these things, so I will ask her. I will not ask her how to do this, but I will ask her to do this. If I want to cook a special dish or to bake something, I know who to ask, who has good results in this area. this is why, my dears, your childhood dream, your nature, your talents, your abilities, whatever you are ready to do for free for a long time, and something that people come to you for help. It means, you know, this is what resonates from you. So this is your life goal will kind of be built again. If you never before thought of a life goal, no, don't stress up to, I have to understand what is my life goal. First, become yourself. You cannot artificially invent your life goal. You cannot. It will come naturally. So this is, that's the question. First, before doing anything in this life, we have to become ourselves. Other than that, you cannot. What will you cook if you don't know what? I mean, what ingredients to bring if you don't know what to cook? First, you decide what I will cook, and then according to this, you will bring the ingredients. So, my dears, from my heart, I am thanking you for being these 5 days with us. Those who will, who are here, those who will watch the recording, you helped me a lot. Confirmed a lot of things, pointed new things. Thank you very much. I hope that I also was somehow useful for you. I am insisting as much as I can insist for you to take in consideration the course that I'm starting on the 27th of April, once per month for the 9 months. We will have our class with unfolding all these very necessary, painful somehow questions, but like this is the ABC for women. And meanwhile, all this during this month, we will be maintaining our communication on our WhatsApp group. So whatever you experience these 5 days will be like quality wise multiplied on the group. Why? Because here we were gathered from, you know, from different backgrounds with different goals. On that group we will be united by one huge goal: to become women, to become complete, complex, to discover, to become confident, and to finally understand what is to build our own brand, to as a result to improve our relationships, presence, future, and to really inherit, like to allow our children to inherit a better chances for a better life. A harmonious, a peaceful woman is very valuable, because this is the first nature of the woman, to be peaceful and harmonious. So my dears, I'm wishing you, you see, I was planning 1 hour and we earned that up more than 1 hour, more than 2 hours, but I hope it was useful. Everybody, my dears, if you were on this group, if you were today here hearing this, it means it really concerns you. So don't go empty-handed. Really make a decision. Take a decision today. Start acting. Do something today to empower this decision that will get you closer to yourself. And I'm repeating again that the group, I will leave the group. Whoever wants to exit, please exit. I will leave the group till I will create my Telegram channel in the beginning of May. I will post it here so that whoever wants to continue getting news from this area, you will be welcomed to join there. I wish you a very beautiful evening, and I wish you happiness, my dear. Thank you very much. And Hanan, you please get in contact with Gracie. Meshi?
Okay. اوكي ثانك يو رادا ميرسي على كل شيء.
Thank you to
باي.
everyone.
Rada, thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank